Yeah, what's up, guys? It's your boy Showtimedr. I was gonna do a rune video today, but the patch is currently going on, so I can't really show you what I wanted to show you. And a couple topics I've put out, without showing you stuff in the game because it's fairly easy to understand. But the runes one I actually need the game for because that's a thing that a lot of people think they understand and they don't. It's funny. Like I've seen some other videos on it, but that'll have to be a topic for another time, unfortunately. So hopefully I'll get to that within the next few days. This topic is actually going to be about things that I want to see changed in the game, and it looks like the new patch that's coming is going to address some of them. So I'll wait and see on some of those, but I'm still going to go over the things I don't like. Still love this game. Still play it every game. I'm the leader of one of the most active guilds. Not the most powerful guild, but one of the most active guilds on the game. So I'm not saying I hate this game. I love this game. There's certain things, obviously. So I won't be talking about any of the PvP stuff for the most part because it looks like they're tweaking matchmaking, so that's good. And I covered everything I want to in the PvP meta currently in my last video. So if you want to hear topics about PvP, go check out that video. But on the topic of this game, so number one thing I don't like about this game, especially when you get to hard in the adventure mode, but even on medium, why are you still dropping 1 and 2 and 3-star runes? There's no reason for it at all. Zero. Like not even you can't even you can tell me like, oh well, you just did what do you call it, salvage them, and then you get. I have no issues. Maybe you guys do. I got zero issues with having salvage rune things. I have more issues with having the gold to upgrade the runes. So maybe you guys do. I've heard a couple people say that, but me personally, I do not have issues with that. So that needs to stop. That the minimum drop should be a 4-star rune on hard. Okay, you can argue 3-star on medium, 4-star on hard, because runes are kind of hard to get unless there's a half energy event going on. We all already know this. So my advice, Netmarble, when you get the hard on this game, 4-star minimum rune drop. 5 should be a rare drop, and 6 should be like like a 1-2% drop, whatever the hell. Like an ultra rare drop. That's one thing I think should change there. And then also with the 1-star runes, why are they rewarded from Advent for the bonus loot? Like there's a lot of things on the bonus loot. For those who don't know how Advent and the co-op, I forget what they call it, but it's basically Advent Dungeons co-op. You bring a bonus hero to the co-op games, you get an additional loot reward along with a full party bonus if one character isn't controlling multiple characters in the party. And some of that's really good stuff. Like you can get a copy of the character, the main boss at the end. You can get rainbow essences, Advent essences. There's some good stuff there. But then if you look down, it's like you'll get these like low tier runes, like 2 and 3 stars. It's like, dude, I'm doing 3 and 4-star dungeons. Why are you giving me 2 and 3-star runes? That's ridiculous. That's like arguably the hardest things to do in the game, PvE wise. And you're giving me these runes that don't even matter. At least they're higher tier runes, but in my opinion, that needs to stop too, especially on the 4-star. That should be minimum 5 on a 4-star. Because at that point, if you're doing 4-star dungeons, there's no one wearing like 1 and 2-star runes unless they're getting carried 3 to 4-star runes either. So that needs to change as well. So just like a loot table upgrade, it's so easy to get Advent essences in this game. It's so hard to get rainbow essences in this game. Not so hard that you can't get them, but there's a lot of RNG involved, and I'd like to see rainbow essence drop rate. Not ridiculous amount, but give it about like 20% more, per day chance at least, something like that, because the conversion rates are crazy, and as most of you know, keeping gold in this game is basically impossible if you're upgrading your characters proportionally. But hey, that's the way it is, so. And then let's see, other things I need to change in this game. Oh, time space dungeon. So there are some really good rewards in time space dungeon, but early, like the first 5 or 6 levels, I think it peaks at like 25 or so energy, so that's not bad. But eventually, as you get to the top levels, I want to say it's like 80 energy. It's like somewhere around there, like 70, 80 energy for like the highest thing. Now, keep in mind, you're not getting experience in this, like none whatsoever. So you can't even argue, well, you know, you have a good chance to get a good chunk of XP. You're doing it for the rewards. And depending on, you know, your strength, maybe you have the element that properly counters whatever the element for the week is. Um, but personally, I would like to see the energy cost go down in there. Not a ton, you know, like the first couple levels are still fine in my opinion, but the top end, 50, 55, 60 max. I don't want to see 80. 80 is ridiculous. Even like my bar right now, I think I'm ranked 2, whatever, 250, 240 something. My bar is like 223 energy, so I go to the higher levels in the time space dungeon with my full energy bar. I'm done after like 3. And, you know, there's so many other ways I can spend that energy bar. I can go get, you know, essences or any of the growth dungeon stuff. I can go do advents and at least get 5 done, even on the high end, even without the half energy. So I just like to see that get tweaked a little bit, that's all. Otherwise, time space dungeon's really cool. Really like that. Boss dungeon, I got no complaints. I actually like boss dungeon mode. I like that it forces people to use things that they don't necessarily use all the time. Gets them to try out new characters and maybe find a synergy or a character they really like. That's really cool. So no complaints there. Advent and co-op dungeons. So trying to think where to even begin with these. Number 1, on the co-op dungeons, I do not understand why you can't just invite someone from your friends list. You can invite people from the guild, you can invite people on Facebook, you can invite people, I think, on Twitter, online, which is the mobile app some guilds use, especially in the Asian areas. And you can just copy a link and then paste it to something like a Discord or something. And then there's this convoluted way to where you have to open it in a browser, depending on if you're playing on an emulator or your phone, and maybe it works. Usually it doesn't. Or at the beginning it wasn't. Now it works most of the time now if people do it right. But Netmarble, why can't I just invite friend click? Why can't I do that? That's weird. Like, I've never seen a game like that where I can't just invite my friends on a mobile game like this. Or like a co-op thing or a PvP thing or whatever. So I really want that. I don't know why they don't do that. Because it doesn't. I was trying to think of it from like a programming standpoint, but every game has it. Every game that I've ever played that's similar to this, like an RPG. So I don't understand. That's something that it would make things so much easier if you could, even if it's just a general invite to friends. Because then that would make people be choosy on who their friends are, but at least you know it's going to your friends. So the friends that you want to join, if you notify them beforehand, be like, yo, be looking for this invite. Cool. Click. All right, I'm in. Let's do this, you know? So that's something I'd like to see. Also, I think the low tier rewards, I went over this a little bit earlier, just barely, but the low tier rewards need to change in the 3 and 4 star dungeons. So for instance, you know, like you might get 1 or 2 bonus fire essences from the hero reward or the full group bonus, etc. I don't like that. Like on a 4-star dungeon, you only have so many charges of it. Why are you giving me not that great rewards? Like I understand it's RNG, but people take RNG too far sometimes in game development. Like how Diablo 3 was, to where you could roll this really good item, but yeah, you got plus 20% to XP when killing monsters on your 2-handed Sword of Death. No crit chance, no bonus damage. We're gonna go ahead and give you plus 5 to the skill you don't use because it's not in your build. And it's just like there's too many modifiers. Games got obsessed with that a little bit too crazily last decade. And I would like to see this game give you, you know, because Advent's really easy to get in game. Not an issue. There's like 5 different bonus Advent things. And that's fine, but you can get them solo. I would like to see more rainbow things. I would like obviously the character drop, the hero drop, the boss drop rather. That's pretty cool. Give us a couple fodders in the dungeon, a couple more fodders. Give us the opportunity to get, you know, a 4-star whatever. It could be whatever. Give us a chance, maybe add an Evolvomon, because fodder's a big bottleneck in the game right now. It's really hard to get fodder on a consistent basis outside of the growth dungeon. So give us a couple of those on our 3 and 4-star dungeons. Hell, even the 1 and 2-star dungeons. Maybe not. Well, no, maybe I'm wrong about that, because there's some 1-star dungeons you can run unlimited. So that's probably wrong. But you know, I mean, it still costs, like, since the half energy's gone, it's still going to cost you 32 energy. So it's not like you're not investing in that chance. So I would just like to see better rewards overall, is basically what I'm saying there. What else is going on? Advanced growth. Oh yeah, growth dungeons. So a lot of us have bottlenecks. There's 2 major bottlenecks in this game. Number 1, well, there's 3, but you have the chance to solve the 3rd one. I'll go over that later. Number 1 is rainbow essences. You can always get rainbow essences, but the issue is they don't drop that often from material dungeon. You can get them from some quests. If you're lucky, you'll get them from like the chests in the I forget what that building's called, the random loot building, and the roulettes and all that. But you know, that's RNG. Like, and most of us, what we have to do is convert a bunch of the regular essences into rainbow essences. I think it's like 5 at a time. It might be 10 at a time. And that costs a lot of gold, and gold's another bottleneck in this game. But one of the other things with the growth dungeon, it takes 3 tickets to reset it once you've done the 5 charges. Always do hard on that, by the way. Even if you're new to the game, just level up your characters and do it. Personally, I think 3 tickets is a bit much. I'll give you 2 tickets. 2 tickets. And you should be able to reset it 1 more time per day, my opinion. Just to promote, you know, get off that treadmill where everyone, you know, they're upgrading at the same speed unless they're a well. Give us a little bit more freedom, you know. Let us grow our characters more. Let us have a little bit more fun. And I understand, you know, Netmarble's, you know, they don't want everyone just to be able to grow their characters infinitely right away, because then they're going to run out of content to get bored. I understand that, but just a little more. You know, it still cost us crystals to do it, because we need the tickets and the energy to do it, which the energy's not cheap right now on the half off anymore. So it's still a significant investment for us, considering that we still need to go and do, you know, cases may vary, advent dungeons, adventure dungeons, time space dungeons, the other growth dungeons. So I would like, that's a tweak I would like to see, a little bit more, a little bit less costly on the tickets, a little bit more growth. That would be nice, because, you know, just to promote, you know, just goodwill, in my opinion. So, okay, what else? I'm trying to think of other things. Oh, guilds. So eventually, according to Netmarble, guild battle, guild arena style stuff is coming out, and that's going to be, I think, AI as well, not necessarily. Well, I don't know. I don't know for sure, because it looks like you're fighting a guild, but it's their AI, so there's some type of reward. So they're still working on it, so whatever's going on with that. A lot of the active guilds on the server, including mine, Mania, by the way, MANIA, you can look it up. We've hit our growth peak right now, so yeah, I'm not talking about members. I'm talking about there's nothing else to level up, because we've leveled our guilds to 10 and we've leveled all our skills to 10. I'm sitting on like 8 million coins. I'm telling my guild members stop donating. I got nothing to spend it on. So maybe, you know, think about an alternative tree, or, you know, something that might, maybe it affects loot drops, or maybe it gives like passive loot, like every day, you know, like here's your 2 rainbow essences from the guild, you know, whatever. Here's your 2 I don't know, whatever you can think of. Here's your 2 6-star runes. Maybe let the guild, you know, select. Like, hey guys, what do we want to invest in? We can do this 2 days out the week, then we gotta choose something else. Alright, let's get the bonus gold. Alright, let's get the bonus rainbow essences. Alright, let's get the runes. Alright, let's get... That would be really cool. Something like that, to where something that affects getting a little bit more. Not a ton more, but just, you know, a nice little perk. You know, considering the investment that a guild could make. That would be really cool to have. Otherwise, the guild system's really fun. Really like it. Love the guild dungeon. Like the guild quests. Love the passives. It's all gravy there. So, what else? Runes, like I said, are going to be in a different topic, but hopefully they said that they're optimizing the rune system. Please, 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 on salvage especially, let us sort by stat. It is so annoying to go through every rune after a rune dungeon and look at it and say, okay, does this have accuracy? Does this have HP recovery? Does this have a stat that I don't want on this particular type of rune? Let us sort by that, sort by accuracy or whatever, and then just salvage the thing. Select all with accuracy, salvage. That's it. And you can deselect whatever you want to deselect, but that would make it so much easier because I expanded my rune bag to 500, and then during the half energy event I was just leaving it on. It is not fun to sort 500 runes, people. It is not fun. I was doing it on stream. And everyone's kind of interested in the runes still, but man, dude, it is not fun to go through every individual rune and be like, okay, well, this one has attack and accuracy, salvage. Yeah, this one has HP recovery and crit, salvage. All right, we got triple attack right here, keep, lock. All right, we got a double attack speed, whatever, lock, etc. So that, I mean, it's just busy work. It would be nice to have some quality of life upgrades there. And another thing, why do so many slot 6 runes drop? That has to be intentional. Now, it's not like an evil thing. I'm not saying it's something terrible, but like I look at my slot 6 versus my other runes, like after I'm done farming, it will be like 137 new slot 6 runes. And then you look at the other ones, 37 new slot 5s, 18 new slot 4s, 9 new slot 3s, 20 something new slot 2s, and it's just like my slot 6s are good. Like I literally, unless I'm gonna roll deep, like 10 characters deep, I literally do not have to mess with my slot 6 anymore. I got so many good slot 6 runes. Please tweak the drop rate on that to where it's a little more even. I don't know what the actual percentages are, but it feels like for 6 slots, it feels like this slot 6 gets 40% of the drops. And then you just kind of divide, what would it be at that point? Like another 12.5 or 12%, whatever it is, to all the other slots. Please change that. Your slot 6, it would be nice for the attack runes. If that was the attack runes, I don't think most people would complain, but it's like the hit point runes. And hit points are still important, but I would like to see that tweaked a little bit. Even if you want to maintain slot 6 as the main drop, make it 10%, 15% more than the others. Don't make it like 30% or 40%, whatever it is now, because that's a little insane. So, what else? Hero menu, really got no issue with the hero menu. Works out pretty well. Monsters. I'm starting to think because we've all been puzzling over the monster drops. For those who don't know the monsters, they'll drop at 2 and 3 star. You cannot upgrade them to 4 star, so they cannot be used as fodder for heroes or anything. And they drop all the time in the world. Like literally, pretty much every time you run a world dungeon, you're guaranteed to get at least one monster. So the only uses for them, there's 3 uses. Number 1. You can use them like if you're close on XP level. You can scroll down to your monsters if you're within like 3000 XP on something and you don't want to use another XP mon. Scroll down, plug the monster in. There you go, you got your max level or whatever you're going for. Number 2, you can max a 2-star. I believe it's level 20. You can max a 2-star and get 2 crystals for it. You can max a 3-star as well and get 3 crystals for it, so not bad, a little bit extra crystals for us. And then go ahead and sack, evolving, you can sack whatever the 2-star is that you've leveled up, and then sack it to something else to get the 3-star, and then get the crystals for it, etc. So that's what you do with monsters in this game, but they have some pretty interesting monster design. I would like to see a little, like, pet mode for that. So go ahead, give us a monster arena. Not like really, like it doesn't have to be PvP per se. How about like something like how Dragon Quest does it, to where you got monsters, it's kind of like a little Pokemon thing, and it's like, all right, go battle that monster. And that'd be a fun little mini game and have its own rewards, maybe some POW points or whatever, So, I don't know, just some ideas there. They've already covered this complaint. I was going to complain about the POW points a bit. But basically what they're doing with PowerPoints now, for those who don't know, go check out my patch notes video I released earlier. They're basically making it so that you can buy stamina pots with it, limit 3 per day. So that's really good. You know, you can do the roulette quests, get that 3 per day done. So that's pretty powerful. Oh, okay. So on the topic of quests, please, 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 unless PvP gets significantly easier to manage on the rerolls and, you know, the teams and stuff, please stop with the arena 10 times quest. Please. It sucks. I mean, you can still do them, but it is such a frustrating experience and it's not fun. So if you're gonna do that, tweak it down to 5. You know, I know that they gotta participate in 3, but if you're doing the win 10 PvPs and there's 5 charges, and there's all this other stuff to do in this game, bring it down a bit. Just bring it down a bit, in my opinion, for a guild quest, you know? It's not life or death, but it's nice to be able to get those guild points earlier so that you can get those rewards for your guildies. So that's a little bit crazy right there. What else? Maybe bring the chances up on rune upgrades 5 to 10% on the later levels, because when I'm staring at something and I'm spending like, you know, 30,000, 60,000 gold, and I stare at it for an upgrade to like plus 9 or 10, and it says 45% chance. You know? It's like, I mean, it could be worse, but it always sucks just to see your gold go down like that for like a meager stat upgrade. And you know, it's not meager per se, but for the cost, you know. But love the hero talents overall. Hero talents are great. To think of any other things that I'm missing. I'm sure there's a couple I missed, but grades are pretty much a couple buildings, you know, whatever, the waterfall. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So one thing, gold mine. Please, 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 at least 6 hours let it collect gold at the same rate. I'm not saying nerf the rate, but you know, I can't play this game every 3 hours. I gotta sleep, I gotta work, there's obligations to family, etc. So, you know, let it build up for more than 3 hours, at least 6 hours. I would say 8 if I was programming this game. Just make it 8. Because then we can come back and we get 8 hours worth of gold rather than 3. Because playing the game every 3 hours, you know, it's a little much, even as a streamer. So, yeah, other than that, let me. Yeah, I'm not gonna specifically get into characters in this video. The pull rates on the banners seem pretty good, so. Yeah, I think I've covered most everything. I'm sure I forgot 1 or 2 things, but you know, in the comments, guys, if you got some suggestions for this game, go ahead and hit me up. I'll try to give you some feedback on what I think about it, and yeah, you know, I want to see this game do well. It's already passed, I believe it's 10 million downloads. So congratulations to Netmarble, man, because I know they got their fingers in a lot of pots when it comes to gaming and other stuff, actually. So I'm glad to see this game doing well. Hope it continues to do well. The community for this game is superb. I've seen lots of people just really love their time with this game. I know people that spend $100 a day in this game, and many free-to-play players that, you know, just can't wait to get the next upgrade, can't wait to do the next adventure. So good on you, Netmarble. And as for me, I'm gonna go for now. This is gonna be my last video of the day. Hopefully, I'll get the rune video out, like I said, and probably have a couple of other ideas for videos. And keep in mind, guys, when you're watching my videos, when you're watching other videos, we don't know everything about this game. I watched a lot of other people put out videos, and it was just, well, so and so said, well, the Japanese tier list says, guys, they don't know everything. That's the cool part about this game. It's like a real discovery. Like, we're still discovering what's out there. And, you know, there's some mechanics that we don't know exactly how they work yet. There's some things in the game we don't know exactly what's going on with it yet. That's really fun stuff to figure out. So, I mean, obviously, as the time goes on, more of the mystery will be revealed, and then we'll see how we feel about it from there. But I'm really enjoying it. So, once again, guys, you know, I like to the reason that you haven't seen me cover a lot of topics that a lot of the other YouTubers are is because either I haven't been to the dungeons or I just want to have a little bit more experience with it before I tell you what to do, because I've learned different things. Like, for instance, did you know that SR hero Saya, you can level her to 6 stars with SR heroes? You don't need SSR heroes for that because she's an SR, even though she's top tier. Same thing with Rs. You only need R Advent heroes to level them all 6 stars. And innately that gives them an advantage over the other heroes because you can level them a lot easier than getting the SSR heroes that you need to get from the 4-star dungeons. So just stuff like that, like little nuggets like that, it just really makes this game interesting for me. But yo, this video is going long, so I'm out. I'm your boy Showtime Doctor, twitch.tv, Showtimedr. Stream this game and other games, but mostly this game right now, most days, not every day. Afternoon, evening, Pacific Standard Time. Hope to catch you on one of the streams. If not, talk to me here. Let me know what's going on with you. How's your characters going? I'll catch you later. Peace out. Farm hard. Get strong.